Hooray! Hello, everybody. Today we are playing Constellations, where the crew attempts to get a library card. Which doesn't seem like it'd be that big of an adventure, but it totally is gonna be. But first, we gotta talk about a couple of the new cards we did. We have Plot Hook for the Coup Claw. I was debating whether or not actually giving you what that guy is, but I'm sure around Yoke people will be talking about the fact there is a giant obsidian multi-armed creature wandering around the Obsidian Mountains. And he is known as the Coup Claw, and whoever gets that card, and when they play it, they will become integral to the Coup Claw story. Unless you want to nominate somebody else for it. I will also accept you doing that. Then we have the RP prompt, and that is like sometimes I don't have anything for the chat, and you guys know that, and like sometimes you're waffling at like what you guys want to talk about or what you would be doing. So we'll play an RP prompt, and you could say that you guys are going out for dinner. You guys can say that you are training. If you want to do your sparring session in the stream chat, absolutely have at. So that's what the RP prompt is for. We did fix the adventures. So that we do have some adventures that we can go that the chat can go on, and then of course we have finally named all of the new departments. So we have the way weavers that are the navigators, the diplomats, the cultural liaisons. Like those are going to be the map makers of the crew. Obviously, those are going to be the lore will have fallen into this.
The forward-facing explorer type people.
And then we have the luminaries, which is the scientists, the researchers, the medical professionals. This is B, this is Osiria, this is anybody who wants to get to the root of the world, not through magic. Like if you are studying biology, you are luminaries. And then we have the Seam Guard, which is defense and infrastructure. These are the engineers that want to make the city better. These are the engineers that want to make the sub better and want to help people this way. It doesn't. You're not just guarding the silver thimble. You're guarding all of it. And this is also this. Our security force counts in this as well. You are the defense. Like Midnight probably falls into either falls into Way Weavers or Seam Guard, because you can scout as a defense. And there's a big ass crow that just landed on my porch, and he's just staring at me.
It's one of the ones that you fed at Wendy's. They've come back to say hello.
Oh no, I fed them here.
That's fair.
Nope, good. Warlord got the last diggy hole. We will play that one as well. And then last but not least is the Mysticians. These are your magical studies. These are your Vatnas. These are your Ks. You are studying magic at its root. Like whatever it is, the spirits, the resonance, whatever reason charity is another color to the rest of you. That is Mysticians. And Nika will drop the full explanation of what they are in probably the workshop channel, I imagine.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that like right now.
So yeah, and take as much time as you need, because next month, everybody, we are going ham on just... We're playing all those sports games. We're playing the web ball game. We're doing the wrestling game. We are doing the fish game, I believe. We're doing the fish game and
fish.
Oh yeah, double muted. Alright, perfect. 10 out of 10. Nailing it. Professional streams. The question marks on the calendar. The Top Sport art stream thing, probably one of those 2 days, and fuck, I don't remember what the other one was supposed to be. Actually.
It was not a speakeasy, but kind of.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
speakeasy.
no, basically a speakeasy.
So
we're
go ahead.
debating on that, but that will be Monday, Tuesday if we do them. Just as a heads up, it depends on how fucking exhausted we are, because shit be rough in the headspace right now, like the physical headspace. We will be taking off next weekend, so there will be no games the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. We're gonna try to get the entire schedule for June up like this coming week, so you guys know what everything is, but we are gonna take that time off. Alan is gonna be playing some Street Fighter 6, fighting in them streets. I might do some art things, I don't fucking know, but we're taking the weekend off. So just heads up.
Proud of you.
Good. Get some goddamn rest. That's an order.
I'm playing a lot of Street Fighter 6. Like a lot of it. But yeah. So, if we all recall, and we should have said it many times, we are in Yoke. We are on the side of the world known as Folk Song. The crew has been hanging out in Yoke, solving many problems, going on little adventures for the Adventurers Guild, getting pretty well known due to last time we played with Katori, Sept, Royce, and Ento. We discovered that Sept has done an amazing job combining the Wander crew with the Adventurers Guild. Like, they are straight up allies to you now. Like, you can't tell them what to do. They do not work for you. But if you are in need, legitimate need, they will come and help. Don't take advantage of that. Or do. I don't care. But that is what is happening there. The writer's strike is still happening, and therefore nobody has been able to get their library cards yet. And nobody has been able to go very far into the library. But you guys can stay at the first section of it. And let's move into the game, and I will start introducing players. Okay, so we have Kay, who is played by Caustic.
Hello.
We have Midnight, who is played by Kuari.
Hello, hello, hello.
We have Isaac, who is played by Warlord. He died.
Hello.
He left.
And then we have Adli, who is played by Starless.
Hi.
All right. And I did see all the cards that were played before, but real quick, you guys are all in Yoke right now. What the submarine is just at the end of its repairs. Like, it was full of frogs. It was problems everywhere in that
I had to
submarine.
pull so many frogs out of my head.
But wait, you weren't there, were you?
I physically wasn't. I'm assuming Kay was helping somewhere.
Oh yeah, I just assume if you guys weren't there, that your character was somewhere else. Like, if you weren't on screen,
That's fair.
But that it's fine either way. It's just because I don't want to do anything to your character when you are not there.
Okay.
Which is like the only reason I bring that up. So that happened, and the frogs happened, and we know how to cross the troll bridge now. And I don't think you guys know about the mermaids, because I don't think the other party has come back yet. Like, I think they are still under the sea, doing whatever they're doing under the sea.
Something about the seaweed being always greener.
Something about the seaweed turning into a Cthulhu.
Extra green.
So where do we find all four of you? Like, you don't have to be together, but where would you be in the city right now? In the city of Yoke, which again is on top of a giant egg.
I mean, I live at that library now, so,
You can say you're at the library, that's fine.
Yeah, I think Midnight's just been kind of hanging around the Adventurers Guild a lot, just trying to get to know the people, try to kind of smooth things over after the whole debacle with him bringing up his links to Gibbet, trying to learn a bit more from the adventurer perspective of things.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you are getting the coldest shoulders. Like, if you guys ever spend any time with Midnight at the guild, you'll notice that everybody just kind of doesn't talk to him. Like, they will end conversations, pick up their drink, and walk away from Midnight.
Oof.
He's still trying, though.
Absolutely.
Ouch.
Oh, poor Midnight.
It'll be fine.
Have we learned our Beeromancer stuff already? And if so, who were we learning them from?
I think right now, like the one of those of you that have the Beeromancer abilities have been picking it up as you go, and like it feels like there's a conversation happening like right behind you guys whenever you're at the bar. Let me just let's move over here real quick. Let's say that you guys all just hanging out at, this is not the Adventurers Guild bar, this is the hotel bar. This is Chester. Chester lives here.
He's beautiful.
He has a penthouse. He has the penthouse suite. The second best
wonderful.
one. Thank you. The second best penthouse suite belonged to Jimothy, but
Jimothy?
Not Jimothy. Uncle James. Uncle James had the second best. Chester now has 2 rooms. And based on all that, you guys are drinking or like having a good time. Doesn't matter like if you eat or drink. That doesn't matter for this section. Like having just like hanging out, like leaning back in your chairs and stuff. And it feels like Warlord and Kay that somebody nearby is saying a bunch of things almost like they're reading like their law notes situation, but they're reading them loud, and somehow it like burrows its way into you guys' mind. Like you are being taught these abilities subconsciously. Somebody is feeding you these things. But whenever you turn to look, the person who was talking isn't over there anymore. Like sometimes you manage to catch their chair rocking back into place, but them not in it. That is how you are learning your
I don't really... I have like reading and paper folding. Is that what they're also doing?
Yeah. They are explaining how to do... You are getting the nugget of it, and then when you go back to your room, you are able to play with that, what you learned, and that is becoming your Beomancy abilities right now.
Interesting.
It's like if you don't want to take the Beomance abilities right now because you don't know where you're learning them from, perfectly fine. But you do not know with certainty, or basically anything, who's teaching you these Beomancy abilities. But somebody is.
That's fine. I'm sure.
It's not Chester. Chester's not a Beomancer.
He is friendship, though.
I mean, I'm trying to figure out why why magic is like something that I can functionally put into paper now. Like, why does this work this way? That's what.
Oh, that answer's easy. Just magic. It's just the way that it does work, and it connects. It makes sense to you. Like once you like figure it out, it's just like, oh, okay. And it's, as far as the paper folding goes, it's very akin to rune carving or any of those things. Like it's just lining up the marks, making the correct folds in the correct time, and like very precise. The paper folding part of Beomancy, you realize, is incredibly it's about precision more than anything else. You know that if you make one bad fold, you have to throw, like, not throw that piece away, but you cannot use that piece for magic. Like, crumpling it ruins it. Staining it ruins it. A little bit of fire can really set them back. So you need a pristine sheet before you start.
This is wild.
A lot of this also lines up with the calligraphy that Isaac works on.
Yeah, it's just like, think about it as like the people like pouring salt out in such a way to form a ward. It's very similar to Invoker's wards in that way, but it's not like a symbol, it's a shape.
Oh,
And then-
so sort of like how sigil works.
Yes. Yes. But like, you can get so good at it, it doesn't even take like time. Just like fold it all at once. And then go away. But yeah, so Midnight's at the bar trying to make friends. Adli's at the library. Where would we find Kay and Isaac? You guys can also be at the library. It's fine if that's where you would want to be.
Isaac's at a cafe reading.
Absolutely. We're just gonna say that this is that cafe. Take a look at Isaac's sheet real quick.
Is Isaac avoiding Kay because we could be chilling? We could be doing that.
Why would Isaac be avoiding Kay? Whatever
Perfect.
reason
We're
would they?
chilling we're chilling at the cafe. Both doing our own thing.
Absolutely. So Midnight's token has a really big like area around it for some reason.
So it's easy to click on.
Yeah, it's. I will click on his, despite the fact I'm trying to get other ones. Nothing to do with you, Midnight. It's 100% my fault. I just saved it too big. Like, it goes all the way to the edges right there, for the record, if anybody's wondering how terrible I am at token making. Absolutely. Alright, so you two are hanging out at this cafe, and what are you drinking, Isaac? Are you drinking just water, coffee, tea? What do we got?
It's tea. A very nice, relaxing tea blend.
Absolutely. And they put a spritz bottle down in front of Kay.
Is it also filled with tea?
Sure.
Absolutely.
You all, like, you two, like, and, like, tell me if I'm wrong, doesn't have to be this, but you two have, like, your notebooks laid out in front of you, like, pens in your hand, ready for a voice from somewhere behind you to keep giving you instructions on, your beeromancy thing. I don't know if you two have been talking about the fact that it is happening, because you are both learning some of the same skills, but some of them are different.
Dude, did you notice that, like, you can just pick up a book and read it now? It doesn't matter what language it's in?
I was gonna ask you about that too. It's happened so many times. Have you been blowing through any books? Because I've finished like half of my collection already.
Yeah. It's... What is happening?
I don't know.
Alright, so a man named Argus comes into the cafe, looks back and forth, and you guys have met Argus before. And he's just like, ah, there they are. And he comes and he sits down between you two. And he's just like, I'll take, and he sniffs Isaac's tea. He's like, not that, whatever the opposite of that is, I'll take, please.
Just to make sure I'm remembering this right, he's the guy that's working with the Fishtinger group?
Argus?
Who
No,
is he?
he's the one that wrote Midnight's contract that Royce almost broke his arm in the
Right.
Adventurers
Okay.
Guild.
I'm sorry. I'm bad at names and faces.
August
That
sits
was-
down between the two of you, and he's just like, excellent. And they bring over like the blackest coffee you guys have ever seen. It might not even be coffee. It's like super thick, and the spoon does stand up like in the center of it. And he's
It's
like,
black pudding coffee.
yeah, basically. And he's just like, excellent. And you just see him like jello slurp it down, like, and he sets it down. He's like, oh, delicious. Thank you for that. Now, I've seen you two around town, and I know that you're part of the Wander crew. And I've seen you both in the library from time to time. Now, my boss, Theo, I'm sure you've met him. Great guy, great guy.
Can't say I have.
I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure he's not dodging you for any particular reason. Like, just like, have you tried going further in the library? Have you like stepped foot at the second floor at all? Like, he's generally up there.
We can't.
You are aware
That's right.
of the
That's
writer's
right.
strike. Yes,
The
I'm
writer's strike.
Yeah.
That's what brings me down here right now. Other than this fine black coffee. Now, I am going to assume that, based on the amount I've seen you at the library, that you might be interested in getting a library card? Perhaps?
Perhaps.
Where are you going with this?
Subtlety in conversation was what I was trying to do, but if you would like me to get it right out, here we are. The plan, you see, is I and my boss Theo found a way to work around the Writers Guild to gain a library card, to gain access to further into the library, of course. Now, it's an archaic law, and it's very rarely ever enacted in modern times. If you could find a book that is either missing from the library or has never been seen by the library, and you donate it, turns out you can be accepted. You are just grandfathered in, and therefore we are breaking none of the Writers Guild's laws. And it's like, and I realize what you're thinking. I can feel somewhere out there there's a giant blue squid man thinking, hey, we'll write our own book. But as I have stated before, the library has all non-fiction books. And if you must
research topics.
Research topics that we could verify, and that you would have to present to the library, and then that goes through the Writers Guild. To get your book published, it has to go through the Writers Guild. We can't have that, but you're in luck. We have a list of books we are looking for. And he pulls out what looks like, you know, the old time like slips that used to go on the back of a library book before they started scanning the codes?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He pulls out one of those, and he's just like, this book we've been searching for a while. And he sets it down, and it's just like, A Garden of Their Own, volumes 1 through 5. If you could bring us all 5 of these, you'd be welcomed into the Librarians Guild. You'd be welcome into the library, with bypassing the Writers Guild completely. Now, a second way.
Has someone told Kay about these books, or does Kay not know?
I have no concept. I don't think Simmons has told you about his copy of it. Like, Simmons has the second one, or the third one.
I think
He
Midnight
has
would
one.
have brought up the one that kind of burned, but
And then he's just like, and of course, the 5 books seems a little harsh. Now, and he pulls out another slip. And this one is like, this one's older. And he's like, before the rules were set in stone the way they are now, the book and the library used to be a lending library, if you can believe it. People could take out the books. And then some of them would never return, and we would send out our adventurers to go find them and reclaim their books. We stopped doing that, and the library broke ties with the Adventurers Guild. We needed a distinct separation, we felt.
Why?
Well, I mean, we are scholars. We are not adventurers.
I don't see why someone couldn't choose to be both.
I choose to be a scholar. It's good to know exactly who I am and where I fit in the world. But I am not belittling those who like to be adventurers. If you like running around in the mud and capturing pigs or whatever it is that you do, it's like, by all means, be adventurers. And being an adventurer could prove a great boon to me today. And it's just like, as we are searching for this, and he sets down another like little book, a little like thing in front of you, and it's just like, it says the Alchemist's Creed. It's just like, this book has been missing for a great long time, and we would love to have it back.
Can't say I'm familiar with it. Who's the author?
The author is... It does not list an author.
Interesting. What is it about?
He's just... It's about the Alchemist's Creed.
I gathered that much. Thank you.
Like, he has the like the slip on the back, and all it says is Alchemist Creed, date taken out, and then like the list of people, and then it crosses out the people who have returned it, and then there is like one name that has not returned the book yet.
What is the name?
Cursive.
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 Okay.
It's also written in cursive.
I figured.
Yeah, I assumed as much.
It's like, so can I tell Theo that you will take the job, or am I just gonna head on back with this? Unless you don't want... I'll head on back if you don't want your library cards.
Do you have any clues as to where any of these are at all? Or are we just going in blind?
I thought you wanted to be an adventurer. And a scholar.
Generally, adventures are allowed clues.
He's just like, I gave you a clue. This is all we have. The Alchemist's Creed. And cursive.
Kay's looking at Isaac like, face irritable because there's no face, like, shrug.
I get the vibe. Can I roll to see if he might be hiding something?
Oh, absolutely. Go for it. He's hiding a lot. Or he's not hiding, he's just not telling you a lot. And like, to be fair, he is being very upfront about the fact that he is not telling you things.
Yeah. I say we'll take the job.
Excellent.
However, I feel like you should give us a bit more detail that might lead us in a proper direction of finding these books and getting them returned safely. Wouldn't want to have us out for an undetermined amount of time for no reason, right?
Oh no, I don't care how long it takes you. But please, enjoy yourselves. Have yourself a grand adventure, as some might say. Root around some wine cellars, or dig through ancient libraries. Like, find a pathway to the Great Library of Alexandria. Or just, bring me the books. And then it's just like, that I know some of you have seen, have held. And it's just like, I know the Wander crew has at least one of a garden of my own. I know this. We know this. It's come to our knowledge.
And you're sure they still have it?
Absolutely sure.
Okay.
I'm August. Midnight, you feel a slight, earthquake. By the way, you are feeling this as, everybody else in the bar is just, getting their drinks, having, a good time, and Midnight's trying to, spark conversations with the other bar patrons. But you look down in your drink, and it's doing the Jurassic Park thing. But, much more subtly. And no, you don't notice anybody else reacting to this.
He'll kind of look around to be sure that he's not just imagining it, look back at his drink, and for a moment, be not entirely sure what to do. But as a kind of guess, he'll stand up with a drink in hand and move a bit and see if it affects how much it shakes. See if he can use it like a divining rod kind of thing.
Roll me a 20-sider. Yeah, it feels like it is happening pretty routinely. It's just like a thud, 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 thud. And it's something far to the north. Whatever is causing these little earthquakes is definitely far to the north. Well above the city, well beyond the city.
Well, he'll pour what remains of his drink into a drinking horn and head off in that direction.
Okay. Alright. Adli, you're at the library, correct?
Sure am. As Nika said, I live here now.
Adli, let's get you over here. So you are only allowed on this first level, and the first level is mostly just children's books. They are stories to help people, but they are all for children. So it doesn't get into the darker section. That is Theo standing in the middle here.
Oh, he looks friendly.
Oh, he is. And he's just talking, walking around talking with people. These guys never seem to leave the fucking library, the guys all around. They are definitely researching things in much higher levels than you're allowed to go to.
Yeah, I'm probably at the highest section I can get to
Which
without.
is the first floor. You can't take stairs at all. Theo's just like, now, hello there. Is it Aldebaran? I'm sorry, how do I pronounce your full name?
How do you know? Designation Aldebaran. My friends call me Adli. My friends call me Adli.
Excellent. So he's just like, you see him like, takes a couple steps away from you. And like you see him walk up towards the door. It's like, this is them. And you see 3 what look like pillbug police officers with badges that look like a little star on their chests. And it's just like, as they surround you. And they're like, and they scan you up and down real quick with like some device. And like, Oathbreaker.
What?
Yep, take them in. It's just like, please, hands behind your back.
Wait, for what?
For breaking an oath to Holt. Did you or did you not break an oath to Holt? Is this contract wrong? And they like unfold the contract that you signed. Did you not agree? Nay, swear to deliver this message?
Adli is mildly distracted by the shiny name at the bottom and wondering how anyone else here can read that at all.
Is this or is this not your signature?
That's my true name, yeah.
Absolutely, excellent. And did you or did you not have an opportunity to save your the mail, and take a risk yourself? And you consciously decided to lose one Pim W. Tinger's mail.
Is
this not true?
Going back to look for that, I was...
Does it say anywhere in the contract that if you lose it, you'll go back and look for it and try your hardest?
Actually, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't. It says right here that you were going to deliver this to Pim W. Tinger. Did you deliver this to Pim W. Tinger?
No.
I know you didn't. Thank you for being truthful. Now, please, hands behind your back so we may put these shackles on you.
Why?
Because if we shackle you up front, it's easier for you to run.
Cue panic?
And it's just,
the problem is, I think Adli freezes. Adli just freezes when they panic. There isn't any, like, instinct to run. There's just, don't move.
Alright, so yeah, one of them walk up behind you, grab a wrist, and, like, you hear the handcuffs going on, and you feel the cold, like, the metal is so cold. So cold. And then the other one goes on your other wrist, and it clinks on, and you now have less than 1 AP, but not 0.
Oh, that's great.
And Theo is just like, no, I'm sure everything can work out. Can I see the contract myself? I'm a bit of a bureaumancer. And one of, like, the sergeant, the one that's in charge, this one's just adorable and weird looking. I hate him, but he's not in charge. And he's just like, no, I'm sure there's something they can do. And he looks at the contract, he's like, whoa, Holt, you really betrayed one of the otters?
I didn't...
You made a lot of enemies with this.
I did what?
You made a lot of enemies. You broke a contract with Holt, and a mailing contract at that.
I was also working a contract with Ether at the time.
Did the Ether contract in some way prevent you from doing this contract? Which did you take first? I'm sorry. Yes. All right. He's like, he leans closer. He's like, I need a moment to talk to my client. And the other three step away, but they do keep the cuffs on you. And he's just like, okay. So did you take the contract with Ether first?
Well, I took that contract first. However, we were summoned to Holt specifically to help Ether prior to me signing anything.
Do you have anything in paper that says that? No, I'll take the silence as a no, and that's fine. So you had a
Technically, the contract with Ether might have a date on it.
Did you sign anything claiming that you would protect them?
No.
No, absolutely. Okay. So this is going to be a very difficult contract to break. Based on this, I'm going to assume that the Starlight group here will follow the letter of the law. They are Beeromancers, leg breakers, if you will. You break a rule, or you break a contract, and they will come for you. And obviously they found you. I apologize for my part in that, but I didn't want any ruckus in my library. I didn't know if you were going to cause any problems. You understand, I'm sure. Now, if I could get you to do something for me, I might be able to get some of these charges dropped.
Okay.
Have you seen any books with... And then it's just like it cuts back to the bar. And Kay and Warlord sitting next to Argus, and he's just like, so you will find for me all of A Garden of My Own, or you will find for me The Alchemist's Creed? Yes?
I believe we would be finding these for the library.
Absolutely, I work for the library.
But not for you directly.
No, you will find them for me. I will turn them into the library. I will give you your cards. And he has his hand up. He's telling the truth. It's like, I will, of course, take credit for your deeds. Of course. I found you. I hired you. You find something. And it's me. I did it.
Is there paperwork for this?
Oh no, this is a non-verbal, and this is a fully verbal agreement. We can't get paper involved. The writers are on strike.
If the writers are on strike and we can't get paper involved, how have there still been contracts?
Have you filled a contract out? Who do you know that's filling out contracts in Yoke?
Well, I mean, how long has the strike been going on? There's been contracts on the other side of the world that have been from here.
The strike didn't start until the day you guys showed up here.
Okay. Just so I'm clear, the guild contracts are contracts, right?
Adventures Guild bounties?
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay. Misunderstanding then. I apologize, I was confused.
He puts his hand out for somebody to shake it. It's like, please, we'll seal it. And you can be on your way.
I wish to speak with my friend for a moment, if you don't mind.
I don't mind. Go for it. He leans back in his chair.
Kay stands up.
Following right behind Kay.
So, by my understanding, I'm assuming we went somewhere he cannot hear us. By my understanding, I think one of those books that he mentioned burned.
If that's the case, that might be a bit of a problem.
Yeah, probably. And I'm not sure how comfortable I feel with doing a verbal agreement. We don't know what he wants exactly.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I am very, very much not entirely trustworthy of him, but he seems to be telling at least mostly the truth. And plus, I think it'd be more beneficial for us to have library cards than to worry about some specific details of this agreement currently.
I feel like not worrying about the details of an agreement could come back and how do people say, bite us on the ass?
You see him just like you guys hear a thud of a chair sitting back down, and Argus stands back, and you see Argus stand up and like finish off another cup of coffee, drop a couple coins, and start leaving.
I also don't particularly feel comfortable giving the books to him directly. Kind of watching him leave. What do you...
As it currently stands, that's the only way we can get library cards. Argus, wait.
Yes.
I will agree to retrieve these books on your behalf for the library.
Oh, you going after the full Garden of My Own, or are you looking for the Alchemist's Creed?
Whichever happens first.
I accept. And he puts his hand up to shake.
Make sure that you are attempting to do this. If we fail, there are no consequences.
There are always consequences. I can't tell you there's not going to be any consequences. If you fail and die, it had nothing to do with me. It's because you're clumsy. Or just, wrong place, wrong time. Wrong place, right time? Right place, wrong time? Right place, right time if you're destined to die, I suppose. Philosophical questions there.
He kind of looks at Isaac. Shrugs again.
And then I'm just going to shake his hand.
Yep. You shake his hand. There's no like magical handshake. I do think he does like give you a little dap at the end of it though. All right. And then he heads back to the library. He's like, "Pleasure doing business with you." And you see him like nod to Chester on his way out. So midnight. You're wandering out of town then? Like, or are you just getting to the edge of the city? Or are you just like literally wandering outside of town?
Probably, it probably wouldn't go too far out of town. Just like he'll keep town in sight is his plan. Like just to see how far out he has to go before he spots anything. And if he starts getting outside of town, he'll probably make a call back.
Yeah. Before you don't see anything right away. You do see like some people like staring to the north. Like they're looking at something that was there. So like you're on this road. I don't have Midnight here. Where is he? Grab his giant token for some reason. Right. So you are out there, and like people are like looking deep into the distance. Like this is like the side of Yoke. This is like the suburbs of Yoke, the part that's not on the egg. Roll me a 20 sided Midnight.
Okay.
Oh yeah, 18 for sure. From behind this mountain over here, you start feeling the shaking again, and then you see an absolutely enormous giant out there, like fucking huge. This is the giant that Seth, Leo, and the captain and Tarkus woke up, but he was not happy about it. And he is just like stomping around to the north. I would say that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Just kind of angry stomping, or just
like very grumpy stomping situation. You guys are here. Oh, or Midnight. You're probably like here by the road. This guy is up here. Oh shit. Why? Oh, it's because my color's gross. Can you see it now? No? What's happening here?
I saw it for half a second.
I'm
That's me
refreshing
checking if it worked.
Yeah.
Oh. There it is.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah. I had to refresh my roll 20. And this thing is stomping up here, for the record.
Okay, I'm guessing. Oh, has the rest of the crew been told about this particular giant and what happened with?
I mean,
with
probably.
things going wrong.
Leo's pretty chatty. So.
The Adventure Guild wouldn't tell you.
Okay, so Midnight just kind of puts her hand on the communicator. That giant's back. I'm going to check it out real quick. But if you don't hear back from me, probably in like an hour, probably send someone to.
It's gonna take it's gonna take time. It's at least a day's trip to get up that far.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you guys don't hear back from me regularly, then probably send someone, or if someone wants to come along and check it out.
Assume I'm dead. Let's see.
I feel like Kay just like is on the radio like, you're going where alone?
If anyone wants to come along, you're welcome.
I think it's close to like 160 miles away, or like at least 120 based on the scale thing I got here.
Okay.
And you can still see him. That's how big he is.
Yeah, he's still interested in checking it out.
Oh yeah,
You're
absolutely.
a navigator. You know how far he is.
Alright, so then we cut back to the library with Theo's like, officers. Now, as you know, I am a bureaumancer of quite high regard myself. And I understand your contract, and we completely support the letter of the law and following the letter of the law. But is there anything this one can do to make up for the indiscretion? Perhaps if we transfer the... And he looks over at Adli, just like so sad and depressing, like in cuffs with no AP, and she's like, "Could we perhaps transfer the penalty to me temporarily? Allow them to go out and try to find me this book I'm searching for."
What?
I believe that you might be able to find this book I need. Something about you and your whole vibe tells me this could be the correct answer. Would you all please just transfer it to me? And she's like, as long as you're okay with this, Adli, are you okay with this?
Yes.
It's like, absolutely. So you see them like do like a little like a huddle, all like the pill bugs huddle around and start having like a little conversation. And it's mostly chittering, but yeah, it's just like, okay. Roll me a 20-sider against me, Adli.
All right.
So I rolled a 6.
$13?
Yeah, absolutely. One thing. I was just in the middle of typing something else. Alright, so, yeah. They're like, okay. You don't seem like you're too much of a threat. And they undo one of the cuffs, and then you hear, like, a little, like, clink of them using, like, bolt cutters to cut the cuffs in half, and they leave one on you, and they put the other one on Theo's wrist. You now have a maximum of 6 AP, as long as you have this thing on.
Noted.
And Theo has a maximum of 4 AP. And he's just like, oh, that one takes you back, doesn't it? It's like, okay. Like, now, officers, I'm sure that you can look around. I'll have a good time in the lower levels of the library until I'm sure our good friend Adli here will come back with the book I need, and then we will further have a conversation about getting you completely out of this, Adli. And he, like, puts his hand on Adli's shoulder. She's like, we'll get through this. We'll be fine. Everything will be good. Just find me that book.
Which one was this exactly?
This is
Just
the
to make sure.
Alchemist's Creed is what I need.
Yes, sir.
Oh, no need to call me sir. Theo is just fine.
Yes, Theo.
And that is when you get the message from Midnight that he is heading north.
Oh God, it's midnight. Adli is just running out going, midnight, wait, also, Kay, I have a problem.
What kind of problem?
Well, I may have almost been arrested. I may need to find a book in order to not be arrested. Otherwise, someone else could also get in trouble, and it's from that contract from Holt?
I was worried about that contract, but what do you mean a book? Because we just had someone come to us about a book.
I have to find the book, The Alchemist's Creed, in order to get out of part of this contract, as far as I understand it. Also, Midnight, please wait, don't get yourself killed. You told me at the sub that there was some problems with your magic.
I'm sorry.
I'll
what?
wait. Glad to
first.
explain it to you guys too, aren't I? Okay, long story short, Ada curse. Currently can't recover my magic as well. I'm still fine otherwise, working on it.
That explains all of the math. That's the book we were told to find. You know what? Where are we meeting up? We need to meet up. We can't have this on the radio.
Well, I'm north of town right now, so if you guys want to meet up here, I guess good place than any.
Yeah,
and
sure.
maybe you can share what information you guys have and work from there. I mean, I guess maybe the thing to north can wait if we have enough information, but otherwise, see what you guys have.
Okay, done. Just FYI, I don't know what's up with my magic, but something's wrong. So,
So we got 2 people with something wrong with magic. Awesome. All right, and so we all head that way.
I hope people don't mind me running down the street, turning into a dragon, jumping into the air.
Well, a dragon's a magical creature, though. So, like, you can turn into a flying lizard for sure, but a dragon, I think I've seen you say it in chat before, a dragon is a magical creature.
Yeah, it's based off the constellation Draco. I keep saying dragon because of that.
Yeah, I need to make sure everybody knows. Yeah, just Drake that shit is perfectly fine, like Nika just said. But
Yes, okay.
I need you to know that you cannot breathe fire.
Oh, yes, I most definitely know that I
cannot
can't.
talk. You cannot, like, animal. And that's perfectly fine. I just, little things need to be made more clear. I feel, and that is on me to do.
There is
Yeah, I'm following the
a
stipulation
animal
of the
shifting
spell.
ability.
What's that?
There is one of the naturalist abilities lets you communicate mentally.
Yeah,
that does.
That's
You just
shapeshift. That's the one that I played, but it's only mentally, and that's not the same, I'm pretty sure, as what Ellen is saying.
no. What? Yeah, I'm saying that if you become an animal, you can't talk with your mouth.
Yep. Oh, okay, yeah, gotcha.
That is what I literally was saying. But yeah, but yeah. So Adli, you turn into that form, but the cuff is still around you. If anything, it's getting tighter. The cuff doesn't change size.
No.
Like, you feel it digging into your ankle. Like not. It doesn't. It hurts, but it doesn't do actual damage. But like, and if anybody sees Adli doing it, you see it.
Still jumping into the sky. I gotta go meet up with everybody.
Give me a 20 setter.
Walking there like a regular person.
I was trying to be quick.
Oh yeah, no, you're fine. Just go ahead and give me that 20 setter though. There we are.
Oh, God.
Ah, there it is.
There it is.
There it is.
Adli, as you roll, and as you attempt to, and you did it with a scroll still, but as you attempt to cast shapeshift with your with this cuff on, it goes the other direction. You feel it like bind you. You have lost the ability to shapeshift as long as this cuff is still on you.
Oof.
You have lost all access to that spell.
Just to double check, that includes animal form.
Yep. Anytime you change form, you cannot change form with this on you. And like, I would have gone much lighter, but that's a full-on 1 with it.
Oh no, that's fine. I guess I'm stumbling and falling on my face and then getting back up and being like crap and running.
So, Kay and Isaac, can you guys both roll me 20-siders as you're leaving town? This is not for like whether or not you manage to stay on your feet. It's something else. I just want to know. Okay. So yeah, as you guys are both leaving, you happen to look over I think Kay definitely sees it first because there was a 12 versus an 11. And then Warlord sees it too. You see 3 pillbug police officers walking around the city. Like they are following Adli from a distance, like to actually watch that to make sure that they leave the city. But all 3 of these police officers are anomalies.
Mm-hmm.
There are parts of them that you like, parts of their uniform you recognize from the old Starlight group. And they are the first pillbug people that you have seen since being in this world. And not that, like, there's a ton of people. There's tons of, like, there are bug people in, Happenstance, but they are not like these people.
Using the see ability that I have with, like, the seeing color stuff, what color do they look like?
Orange.
Interesting. Do I know that Gibbet stuff is kind of like considered contraband here?
Oh yeah, like you would know a 1,000%.
I don't
like
have
you guys,
the camera then.
Yeah, you are not allowed to have anything like null magic or mana battery powered anywhere near this city. Like they will, like that is what the real problem with Midnight is.
Yep, I figured as much. I just wanted to make sure Kay knew. So yeah, that is not with me then. All right, those look like police officers. Do you think those are the ones, Isaac? Gotta be.
Probably.
Hold up. Oh, yep, there's Adli. That is exactly them.
Yep.
Shuffle faster to go catch up with Adli, I guess.
And then we meet Midnight.
Okay, what did we get ourselves into?
Long story short, I signed a contract and I couldn't find the thing that I lost to complete it.
It was a letter, and it was for the otters.
Yep. To deliver to Pim and also holds up Cuff. My magic isn't working correctly.
Oh, so I'm not alone on that now. Huh.
Nope.
So we were approached about library cards, and we're told that we should try finding some books, and one of the books was the same one that Adli was told to look for.
Well, I guess we need to find that particular book then. What do we have on? What information do we have to start off with that?
Also,
Barely any.
Giant is moving further away. Do you know what it looks like?
It was apparently last checked out by Cursive, and also the other option was a garden of my own, but my understanding Midnight was one of them was burned?
Well, there might be other copies, but yeah, that did happen.
Wait, that's weird. I saw one of those in the library when we were there the first time.
You did?
Yes. It was right next to, I remember because it was right next to the volume of the Encyclopedia of Magic that I was trying to look at, but I couldn't.
Wait, was it in an area we can't get to?
Yes, it's in an area that we can't get to.
So we were asked to retrieve books, one of which is already in the library and we can't get to.
But I know what it looks like.
All of this seems very suspicious. I'm assuming also we can see that giant just.
Yeah, the Giants GTFO.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, guys.
He's back there. He's doing giant things.
Okay, well, guess the Giant's going to have to wait. You said we had a name. Cursive, you said?
Yes. It was also written in cursive.
Well, I suppose the first thing to check out would be what region that name originates from.
Yeah, sure. What are we doing with it? What's your plan here? You asking around?
That's my plan, yeah.
Alright, for sure. So, give me a 20 Saturday midnight.
Nice.
Fuck yeah, 19? Absolutely.
Is it a 19?
I imagine it's going to be a 20, so I basically treat all 19s like 20s, unless, like, it's a second roll one. Alright, so...
I also want to, if we do go by any book stalls, I saw the first one, or it wasn't the first one. I think it was the second. But I
library?
don't. Yeah,
You saw the fourth.
I saw the fourth one. Okay, but
We
I'm
have
looking
seen
for
1, 3, and 4.
I am looking for anything that resembles that cover.
No, you need to know exactly what it looks like for hide and seek.
Okay.
You will need to know exactly, because we ran into that problem when Midnight played hide and seek for something involving Beezus in the place, and I let that one go. But I was like, no, we're not finding things you haven't seen. You have to have
That's fair.
seen that one that you were looking for, or you need to have seen the person that you were looking for with it. It's too powerful for just a rare card if you can find anything. But
That
Midnight,
makes sense.
with your 20 for finding something, we're gonna go into the this is this not the slums, but it is part of Goblin Town, which is on the outskirts of Yoke. This is where the harpies and your minotaurs live. It's not minotaurs. Creatures that are generally considered, you don't want living in your town. Your lemurs, your smelly demons and stuff like that. They're all pushed to the side of Yoke, which is kind of rude, but they live happy lives for the most part. I'm not saying that they wouldn't be happier if they had better places to live. I'm just saying they're not depressed. But Midnight, as you're walking around, this little harpy baby is in the street, and you see a cart coming, just flying out of nowhere. How does Midnight save them? Because you rolled a 20, so I know you saved them.
This is
How did you
insurance
do it?
fraud.
I think what he probably ends up doing is just flats out, breaks into a sprint, and does a tackle and roll to get them out of the street.
Absolutely. So yeah, the wagon goes flying by. Kay, Isaac, Adli, you all see this wagon come flying. Midnight has the little child safe. We don't have to worry about that. But how do you three stop it from crashing into other things?
Oh boy.
You are very dense.
This is a day. Yes, I am. But I don't know whose it is. Actually, yeah, you know what? After midnight, I am going to jump right in front of that thing.
I was joking.
All right, give me that
Bad.
20-sider.
Also, I'm casting Petrify. Since I do only have 6 AP, that brings me down to 4.
Okay.
But it does give me an extra 10 HP, and it creates your armor, clothing in a chitinous shell. In this case, it would be the only time you ever saw Adli's wings move, because they are petrified already, would be to wrap around themselves in front of that card.
Yeah, absolutely. So give me 2 20-siders. Take the highest.
Oh, this is fun.
Unless it's a 1. Then we always take the 1. Unless you roll a 1 and a 20. There it is. Look at that
There
one.
it is. Hey,
Oh my
question.
gosh.
Question. Does Reap and Sow apply?
Reap and Sow only
That happens with like
a 20,
Natural.
a natural 20 and a natural 1.
Okay, I meant the card, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, Reap and Sow is the next roll becomes a 1 and a 20, right?
It is? It's next roll, yep, okay.
Yeah, play that one before you make the roll. But yeah, so you guys
It's
see
fine.
you guys see Adli like step out in front of this and just like stand there, wraps their wings around themselves, and like turn No, that's not Reap and Sow, Crown. It is just a 1. You see it smash right into Adli. Isaac, what was in the back of that wagon that is a real big problem? The fact that it smashed the way it did.
Barrels of not very good whiskey.
Okay. Kay, you see that whiskey splash all over Adli and then all the way up and down the street. And then you look over and you see that food vendor cart that I've been talking about multiple times in this part of town. And he's got like a kebab that's on flames. And like you just see a bunch of like frogs like stuck through on the skewer, but it's on fire. And he's just like waving it around trying to put it out. You know what's about to happen.
oh shit.
How do you stop it?
Second.
I've been using this guy as my like food stall vendor all the time, and I think it's hilarious. So I'm just gonna keep using him.
I love it.
Shit. I'm looking for an ability.
Midnight and the Harpy Child are perfectly safe. I need you to know that no matter how badly this goes, Midnight got it. Like we turned that into a 20, so it's safe. Granted, that was countered by the 1. So, okay, if you roll a 1, I will punish this child. But if you don't roll a 1, the child's still perfectly safe. I just need you to know that.
Okay. So you said this thing is on fire. Is it possible for me to use scroll to cast freeze on the item?
You want to try to freeze the fire?
Well, it encases it in ice.
Sure.
Cool.
Go ahead and roll me 2 20-siders.
How'd you say that?
Yeah, okay. So yeah, you get the fire put out, and like the wagon has stopped. Adli, you are completely covered. Actually, the wagon completely is destroyed. That's how fast it was coming down and how much it weighed.
Oops.
And then like it explodes. Like Adli is covered in whiskey. The streets are covered in whiskey. A bunch of people are just like coming outside, like scooping up the alcohol like off the ground and just like drinking it, because like some of these people are just straight up like pig people and they like it. They're fine with it. This guy's like dipping his frog kebab into the whiskey to try to get it to thaw out. But
There's a guy named Brown lapping up the whiskey off the floor.
And then too many two-backs. There we go. But Midnight, you saved the kid. And the mom just comes out and just gives you both a big hug and just like shakes her little like harpy thing, and it's just squealing the whole time, like, and they're like not even making any real, not saying any words, but just like squeaking. And Warlord, Isaac, you would know immediately that it's not saying any words, it's just screaming. It's like you can translate the scream into just a different scream.
It's just all screams.
Just all screams all the way down.
Mood.
But the harpy comes over to Midnight and she's just like, "Oh, thank you. I can't lose another one. They'll fire me."
Midnight will just stand up, brush both of them off, and pat the kid lightly on the head before looking. I'm not sure if parent, I guess. I'm not sure after what she just said, but just kind of look.
I'm his caregiver for right now.
Okay. Yeah.
I go through so many jobs. Like this is. If I lose this kid, like I lost 2 other kids. Don't worry about them. I'm sure they're fine. They're just somewhere in the city. I don't know. Like keeping a solid job, that's my curse. I just can't do it. You know? You ever had a problem with like keeping your job?
Of a sort. It's long story, but
Just like I've been fired from the patisserie. I've been fired from that neat little cafe/library. I've been fired from, like, I'm not allowed to work at the troll bridge anymore. I can't be an information broker anymore.
Why?
I have a terrible problem and she's just like, you see the fact that she's not holding onto the kid's hand anymore, and the kid just starts wandering off.
Still screaming.
And it's immediately like, you're losing them again.
It's like, oh, there he goes. And she's like, she grabs onto it.
Problem?
Sorry, what was that?
What kind of problem?
They say I'm a little bird-brained, if you can believe it. I'm a little scattered. Like I can't focus on things. And that's ridiculous, because I can focus on things. And she lets go of the kid's hand again. Cause like to point at you all while she's like giving the speech.
So, oh, ew.
Right,
Getting the
I'm
like
gonna help
kind
you
of
get
trying
up off the ground. You're very heavy.
It's fine.
I don't think it knocked Adli over, for the record. I think Adli just stood there and took it, just tanked that. Like there's a scene in Constantine. I think there was a scene in another movie, Hancock, where like a car gets like wrapped around the person. That is how I pictured happened with the cart in Adli. Like it hit them, and like Adli was fine, but the problem is it didn't stop the cart. It just kept going all around them.
We're gonna have to untangle out
it's
from
fine.
it.
I'm small. Just crawling out from under the cart.
So, kind of like halfway trying to help Adli while also just like, so have you considered like a job that doesn't require quite so much direct focus on things?
I've considered many jobs. So, like, are you offering me a job?
Have you considered all the jobs? Is that what you're doing? You're just considering every job?
I consider all of the jobs.
Why is that kid wandering off again?
He's a terrible child, and I hope he gets lost.
I'm not sure with that attitude that you should be a caregiver. Perhaps a different job.
You're right. And like she's like, I quit, and she takes off a little sash, and she just starts walking away.
Okay,
Wait. Oh no.
Where does the child belong?
Not my problem.
Could you at least tell us where we can take him?
So yeah, I think like she is gone.
Good. Stars, this is a day.
Kind of looks over at the guy with the frozen kebab apologetically. Sorry about that. Would you happen to know...
You gonna pay for this? You gonna pay for... I can't eat this. He like hits it against the whiskey on the ground. It's hard. I like my frogs roasted.
Well, we were almost all roasted, so I feel like the exchange was made? Question mark. You know what? Does anyone happen to know where one takes children here?
Yeah.
If not, we're going to have a new child.
He points up the road and says, yeah, you guys can take it to the little old lady who lives in a shoe. She runs an orphanage.
She has so many children, she doesn't know what to do.
No, she knows what to do. That rhyme isn't like... It's a little like misleading because you would assume that she's not a good orphanage runner. Because like it says she doesn't know what to do. But I've heard many stories about her being okay.
I mean, I would have to assume that she's gotta be decent, but that's a lot of children.
It's a large shoe.
Really have a lot of options. Also points at Cuff and points at Midnight.
We can't just leave a child here in the street. That's irresponsible.
Exactly.
Midnight's already taken a child by the hand and is trying to lead them towards that shoe. It's like, we're just doing this.
The other option is Karam, but I don't know if it's a good idea to take them out of the city here.
Not unless we know that they have no parents.
Do you have... No, I'm not gonna ask.
Scream!
Thank you.
Adli is just going to wince. Like, this is... No.
Midnight is going to pull out the cube from his haversack and toss it to the kids, see what they do with it.
Sorry, you threw what at him?
Cube from the Brell's handy haversack.
Actually, hold on one moment. And Kate shuffles around in their bag and pulls out the squishy Krieg. And gives it to the kid.
That works better. He puts away the cube because I have no idea what the kids would turn this into, and that it's just the safest thing I had.
The child has consumed the Krieg squishy toy. Squeeze toy.
Nice.
Like immediately. You
No.
watch Krieg at the end of his beak, like eyes bulging out as this weird harpy thing has wrapped its tongue around Krieg, and you watch like him getting slipped into the harpy's stomach.
Okay, but hear me out. They did squeeze it. Did the relieve spell go off?
Oh yeah, they love it. You actually you hear them when they open their mouth to squeeze and to scream. It's just like squeak.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Anyone else
So-
just brains and sense of deja vu?
So they might be calmer now because of the relieve spell, I hope, maybe.
So much is happening so fast.
He just
Let's-
kind of
Get
doesn't
this
know what
child
to do.
to someone who knows what they're doing and not us.
But there's a little old lady. She lives in a shoe.
Down the road, right?
Exactly.
She has so many
just down the
children. She
road.
might know what to do.
Down the road, right?
Exactly.
Just
Or
down the road,
Karam.
guys.
Down the road.
I
I'm
don't
with
think Karam just
Isaac.
takes in random children from other cities. The Silver Thimble refugees. I'm fine with him like taking those guys in. That makes sense. The
Oh
idea
my
that you
God.
guys would kidnap a child and be like,
I'm
"Hey,
not
Karam,
doing
here
that.
you go."
Yeah, like I said, Midnight
We're
was already
taking
kind of
the
heading
child
towards
to
that
the
right.
old
And
lady in the
more-
shoe.
To be
Yes.
clear, I more meant he might know what to do with the kid.
We're taking the child to the old lady in the shoe, and then
Okay.
we move on from there.
Thank you.
So much
Excellent.
is happening.
Kay is not good with children.
Okay. So you guys make. I do not have a map for the old woman who lives in a shoe, for the record. So you guys.
I wouldn't
make
imagine you would.
You guys make it to her, and she's just like, she is just sitting out there in front of like a large, and I picture it like what if elf shoes? Now go with me on this one. You know, like your Santa
Okay.
elf shoes.
Uh-huh.
But what if also a Doc Marten?
I don't
My
hate
brain
it.
broke.
That is how her shoe looks. And it's big, and like it's got tons of windows, and you guys just see children like having a blast all around it.
Does she have the personality to match Doc Martens meets Elf Shoe?
I think this is not her shoe. She did not build it.
Okay.
She just lives in it.
Okay, but Midnight has the kid, right?
Yeah, Midnight has the kid.
Yep.
If he wants the kid, or if not.
Yeah, he's just trying to lead the kid off to the shoe. Just
Yeah, just squeak, squeak. Squeak.
We're gonna need to explain this.
I mean, I'm not the one that fed the kid a freak-shaped squeaky doll, so
I did
Not
not
it.
feed the kid that.
You know what's really wild about this, Isaac? You can understand those squeaks.
Oh, what a...
no.
I
You
need you
couldn't
to tell
you couldn't
me.
understand the scream because all he was doing was screaming.
Tell me what's up with those squeaks.
He's just like, "You're not my mom. You're not my mom. You're not my mom."
Are you my
Squeak.
mummy? Sorry, Doctor Who reference.
I'm just gonna kneel down. It's like, hey, where's your mom? What does your mom look like? Just hopeful. Just hoping to get this over with.
And he's just like, "She works at the Adventurers Guild." Squeak.
Great.
Culturally, adventurers leave their children behind.
they do what?
It's a thing.
What is even?
Fuck.
I believe that it is common for adventurers to leave their children and continue adventuring so that their child will one day also become an adventurer.
That is a strange way of doing things. I don't like it, but
I mean, we could always check at the Adventurers Guild and see if the mother is actually
yeah.
taking
Adli
care
is-
of the
Adli
child.
is
It would not
already-
hurt.
Adli is already going up to this woman and then explaining the entire situation of we need to try to help this poor child who caretaker just left them.
So, what the caretaker look like? Was it that harpy?
Yes.
Yes.
Terrible at their job, isn't she?
And yes, very much so.
Did you hear? So she worked here for like a week, but then she was like right before she worked here, she had to work at she was a information barter. Constantly gave away information to anybody. Nobody ever had to pay. All you had to do was say, "It's like I'm looking for this," and she would just be like rifling through a book to tell you exactly where you had to go. So she had to get fired for that.
Wait, there are information barterers?
Well, there were now the Writers Guild is on strike that we can't have conversations with them.
We could have just asked her who we were looking for.
I don't think.
Oh,
it would
look,
be helpful.
Absolutely, she would have known.
Would she?
I'm very certain that she would have known. Especially you saved a child with what sounds like a miraculous, almost natural 20. It seems crazy.
What's a natural 20?
Oh, that's just a term that we use for when things are going perfectly correct.
Oh,
It's an old term. It's slowly getting lost in translation.
I think everything is in translation for me. Then should we leave this child with you? His parents, or their parents, apparently work for the Adventurers Guild. Is that the custom? I don't know.
Yeah, I'll watch the child.
Did you happen to know if their parents normally would leave their kid, or if the person would have just been watching the kid for the day?
You see her shoulders go so far up in a shrug that they're actually above her head. She kind of turtles her neck down so far.
So, the child may or may not be abandoned. We don't know. You were able to speak with them, Isaac? Are you able to ask further questions?
To be completely fair, this is a toddler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The most you heard her say is, "You're not my mom."
Honestly, that's why I said hopeful when I was like, yeah, I'm gonna ask the kid where their parent is.
Hay is not good with children.
Look, I don't know exactly what to do, but if this is supposed to be what's going on, I don't know that we have too much right to interfere with that.
I don't know. Again, I don't know if that's exactly the case here. Their parent might have dropped them off with a caretaker for a day, or they could just, not have a parent right now.
I'm going to propose a plan. Very simple plan.
Uh-huh.
Turns to the old lady. Thank you for watching the child. We will make sure that their parent is somehow notified that they are here, so that you're not stuck with them for an ungodly amount of time. We are going to go look for that harpy.
What is the kid's name?
Sorry, what was that?
Excuse me, what is your name? To the kid.
Squeak.
How loud is that squeak? I need to know.
Ooh, sorry, it's just its name is Zephyr.
Thank you. All right, let's go find that harpy.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. We can stop by the Adventurers Guild later, probably without me, because they don't like me right now.
All right. Now I'm allowed to play this, right?
Yeah, she's wandering out of town. She is heading to the south.
Okay.
In the span of time that you have spent this long, she is going across the aqueducts at this point.
Dear lords.
She is out. She's outie 5,000.
And to think we started with, hey, look at that giant off in the distance here.
If you guys are here, she is here.
How did she get that far?
She got a ride. Immediately. She is now a fucking wagon runner.
Okay, where?
She finds jobs very quickly. She's just bad at them. That's me saying she's not the important part of this game.
Let's go. Let's just
Let's-
go. Midnight. There was a giant you were talking about, right?
Fuck, we can
Yeah,
spend the
to the-
whole game here.
No.
We can just go around this town. That's fine. I don't know what else we're gonna do. We're not gonna make it to the rest of the shit that I had planned.
Oh dear lords.
Yeah, giant to the north. We go, I guess, because I don't know who else we can ask about cursive.
We'll worry about a lot of this other stuff later. Let's go.
I mean, I feel like our main clue is running off into the distance, but would we find... Is there anyone else we can ask in this town that would know where the name Cursive originates before we go chasing a giant?
I am raising
Hey.
the heat.
You just ran out of time.
Yeah, I just raising that heat. Go ahead and roll me a 20-sider, okay? Try to
I'm
find.
sorry, that's all I wanted. Like, if we could just find someone that...
All right. So 15. Who are you asking for information? And like, what are you specifically asking for?
We can just ask someone at the library.
Absolutely, you sure can. Let's go to the library. And what are you asking for? Like, are you asking for looking up the name of the cursive person? Are you just trying to find out about the book? What specifically are we looking for?
Like, where the name Cursive might have originated? Question 1. Question 2. I'm noticing Lurid is saying in chat, the Alchemist. Is there an Alchemist Guild?
That's some hard-ass metagaming you got right there.
I
was just gonna ask who cursive was.
That was an old, like, it was checked out a very, very, very long time ago. They might know who it is.
Like, you guys walk in and Theo and Argus are just talking, and she's like, yeah, and then they left, and she's like, yeah, I got this. And like, you turn and look at Theo, and it's just like, oh, you're back already?
No.
Who are you? And Argus is like, this is one of the ones that we hired. It's like, oh, excellent. Midnight, did you walk into the library by any chance?
Yeah.
They look at you, and everybody like turns like, these people at the top shelves and stuff. They all like turn and look dead at Midnight while he's in the library. Just like the room goes silent, and they look at Midnight. And Theo like walks forward. He's just like, oh, the cursed one. We've heard about you. You're a dangerous person to have in the sacred home of all these books. Try not to consume any more contracts, please. So, like, how can we help you? Do you need more further information? And Argus is just like, I gave him everything that we have. We have the tag of the book, and how long it's been out, and the name Cursive is all that we have. He's like, yes, that is what we have. And I think this guy right here, he's little and adorable, comes up, and he like looks at Midnight, and he like definitely like sniffs at you a couple times, and then does like a little peck, like with his ibis beak, and he's like, you're real. And he's like pulls out a card. He pulls out a card and like hands it to you, and he's just like,
I mean, I would take the card. It's like, thank you, and he'll look it over.
the Thousandfold City. It's just like, he's just like, if you ever find yourself in the City of Dreams, look me up. And he's like, I think I've got a job for you. I think we could help each other quite a bit. And it's just like, and he looks at your shadow. It's just like, fascinating. And he's just like, but I'm sorry, I couldn't help it over here. You're looking for Cursive?
Yes.
At the very least, where the name originates from, so we have a starting point.
Oh, I can give you much more than just a starting point. I can tell you where she is. Have you heard of Provincial?
Yes.
No?
Well, Provincial is a town to the north. I'm currently, if I understand very well, the town is having a bit of a giant problem right now. But Cursive runs a little bookstore up there. Or at least she has, as long as I could tell.
Oh, sounds like a good place as any to start. We should probably, run
Get there.
before.
Yep, thank you.
Yeah.
Theo looks at this little guy and he's just like, why wouldn't you tell me? But he doesn't say it out loud. But that's the look.
Just heavy eye squint, real slow. Just like,
Okay.
what?
Well, we're gonna have to try to find something, because I can't fly you there anymore.
This guy's just like, I've got a wagon. You guys need to take a wagon?
Wagon would be great. I mean, do you
I
want
will-
something in return?
I would like some insurance that I'm not going to lose my wagon. Do you have anything of value?
Hmm.
And mind you, due to the writing strike, we cannot make a formal contract, so we're gonna have to take this on face value, everybody. Is that okay? You gotta put that deposit down.
Sure, wait, what deposit?
I will take and hold on to your most valuable magical item from each of you. And you may have my wagon. It will get you there in record time. But if anything happens to my wagon, I keep these forever.
The question is, what do I care about? Adli's handing over the Enigma compass, I think. I don't remember the actual values on those.
Your most expensive thing that you have in your inventory is the in-sync pendants.
Woof, okay.
Oh, no, I think it's tied with Jack's magic beanbag. So you have to give up one of those two things.
Oh, my inventory is not updated. The book that's in there is actually with Vatna.
I get the strangest feeling that probably the most valuable thing I have is probably either the Fury sword or the Rift chisel.
It's definitely the Rift Chisel.
Oof.
Look, at this point, I don't know that we have a choice.
I have the monocle, the boots, the sticker, that goat, and the Brell's Limitless Ledgers linked journals. I don't know.
I just hand over a pair of knuckle dusters.
Oh no, you know for a fact Felix's floating castle is the most expensive thing that you have.
Okay, I was just making sure. Cool.
Yeah, 1000% that thing is the best.
So I don't know which of my items of the ones.
Just give him one. It's cool.
Okay, I'll give him the books, the linked journals.
Sure. He eagerly takes the journals.
I figured.
And it's just like, pleasure doing business with y'all. The cart's waiting just outside. It'll take you exactly where you need to be. Don't mind the bumpy ride, though.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to hand over the insync pendant, because that is the thing that Adli cares about the most out of those two items.
Alright, so you guys go outside, and again, the library's crazy looking if you guys don't remember that the library looks weird.
I love this thing.
Where did it go? Alright, so there is a wagon parked outside. It is a sleek black wagon being pulled by 4 horse-adjacent creatures. The door is open, and there is a driver, sitting behind the horse. It's just like, come on, get on in.
Okay, gets in.
Yeah, why do I feel like
And
this is gonna be the same thing where we all get beaten up and then dragged somewhere?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
you all suddenly get burlap sacks tucked over your head and you get the shit kicked out of each one of you.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Seriously?
And you're all unconscious.
Oh,
Whoops.
jeez.
I thought that cart sounded familiar. Adventure!
The car drops you off outside of Provincial. And the driver's just like, we'll be here when you need us. And
Thanks so much.
Why?
it's a thing that they call fast travel.
Oh my god, I know where you got that
I
from.
love it. Okay, so, we're here. People are singing.
Bookstore.
Interesting.
No one
They're
is singing.
Singing?
No one is singing. You'll see,
one
you
is
see
singing.
everybody
Can we
like going
see
around
the
town
giant?
living very basic lives. You don't see the giant even in the background right now, but like you can tell people have like been experiencing him. And you do see somebody walking up and is like, "Hey, can I get 6 eggs?" And someone's like, "Yep, here you go."
Adli does not think this is weird, and is just going to go find the bookstore.
The report said something. Wait, would there have been reports? I feel like there would have been. It said something about singing, but it seems rather quiet.
Adli's wandered off.
It was a reasonably priced 6 eggs, and for the record, you guys took Belle out of this town.
It all makes sense. Okay, well, I guess we are looking for the bookstore. Shit, where did Ad? Oh, there they are. Okay, and then just follows.
I'm asking the nearest person where the bookstore is.
It's like, which one?
The one that Cursive runs?
Oh, do you know the password?
Where
I'm
is
just
it?
kidding. It's just like, she works right over there by the fountain.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Here's the fountain. We don't care about the fountain, but it's there. But then you go into the shop, and you are greeted by this kind lady.
Oh, I love her.
And she's just like, "How can I help you?"
Cursive?
Who's asking?
I'm Kay.
Excellent.
We were looking for a book that
That's
you
how you
had
imagine.
checked out.
And she like motions around the whole
yeah,
store.
sorry.
And she does that one scene from Beauty and the Beast where she grabs onto the ladder and swings around the whole store.
Adli's
it's so-
immediately
it's
enchanted.
so pretty.
But also, do you know where the Alchemist's Creed is?
I'm sorry, one more time?
The Alchemist's Creed?
The Alchemist Creed? No, I have no idea what the Alchemist Creed is. Are you looking for the Alchemist Creed?
Uh,
How do you spell it, my dear?
I actually...
Doesn't have an I in it. Not early, at least. Hi, kid. But are you looking for the Alchemist Creed or the Alchemist Creed?
looks at
you-
Kay and Isaac like, this is
Kay
like my
is-
third language.
Kay is going to write it down as they had seen it. From the library checkout thing. And hold it up and show it. Alchemist. Interesting.
I like leatherworking.
Like leatherworking.
And she's just like, yes. It's been a while since anybody came looking for that book. I loaned it to the Gruff family quite a while ago. I believe it would have been in their library. They're terrible about returning books. I didn't mean to not return a book to the library, as you might imagine. I respect the books, but when the ruling family asks to borrow a book, you'll loan it.
Is this the location that kind of fell apart a little bit?
Oh, the manor got completely destroyed. Gruff Manor? Yeah. It's in ruin.
That's where the book would have been, I guess.
Absolutely.
Oh dear.
Well then. Could you direct us to the now ruined manor?
Absolutely. You're gonna want to watch out for the troll. Not trolls. The trolls to the west. You're gonna watch out for giants. We've been having some kind of apparent problem up there, and the deers have gotten somewhat aggressive after being turned back from being coffee tables. They didn't seem to like that much.
That seems understandable.
All right, let's go.
Thank you.
Don't listen to the trees. Sometimes they lie.
Oh,
That's odd, but okay.
interesting.
Duly
for
noted.
A tree to lie.
Trees are very fickle.
Before we go, another question. Are you familiar with the Garden of Our Own series?
Oh. She just like sits down at like a little table. She's like, please, have a seat.
I'm taking a seat.
Okay.
She's like, me and Ezekiel go way back. Way back. And she will she's about to give you a nonsensical story about her life that is true but has nothing pertinent in it. For the record. But she will talk your ear off because you started this conversation.
God damn.
And she goes on about how handsome Ezekiel is. Just like Ezekiel over and over. Like they do. She does make it clear that. And like.
Yeah, the
every once
name
in a
is
while-
concerning at first, but then Kay realizes it may not be at all related and just is like, okay.
She
Wow,
adjusts
am
her
I-
glasses and she's looking through like books and she's like, and here, I will never forget when we went to the Celestial Sea for the first time.
You know,
Oh,
this is such an...
Celestial Sea. I've heard of that before. My mentor went there.
The Celestial
Where-
Sea is an
where is
amazing
it?
place. Oh, the Celestial Sea, that is... So, you're from... Where are you from, my dear?
The seasonal side.
Seasonal, okay, absolutely. So if you're on Seasonal, you continue to the east. You go through Bone Meal. Connected to Bone Meal is the Celestial Sea. Be careful. Be careful. You will not realize that you have stepped into the Celestial Sea. At first.
Oh.
You must consciously become aware of it.
Fascinating.
Stepped is just mashing X to skip the cutscene.
I know.
Absolutely
I'm
fascinating.
I was
Thank you for
gonna
your
say-
time. We're actually in a rush. I will come back and we'll finish this conversation at another time. Is that okay?
And she's just like, oh, okay, that's fine. I mean,
We are
I don't get a lot
so
of company.
terribly sorry.
You see her
We
like,
got a little caught up dealing with some things today, and unfortunately we're running late.
and she's no, it's fine. As she stirs her coffee with like, she stirs her tea with a silver spoon that has a tiny little gem at the end of it. And she's like, I'm just so lonely since Ezekiel left.
I am so happy that Adli has a short attention span. By the way, Kay, Midnight, Isaac, you've lost Adli again. They've wandered outside.
Jesus Christ.
She's as bad as that kid. Okay, let's go. He's the bad that kid.
We have to go and find our friend and hopefully this book. We
Oh, okay, that's fine, that's fine.
do apologize. I will come back another day and we can continue this conversation. Deal?
And she takes a long sip of her tea and she's just like, maybe. We'll see.
Okay.
Your shop is lovely.
Right? So, yeah, Adli, you are in the forest at this point.
That sounds like me.
Adli, where did you go?
Oh, this is hilarious because I don't have my in-sync pendant anymore.
Adli!
Alright, so,
Can I hear Kay?
I don't think so. I think that you will have been far enough away, so roll me a 20-sided when you get into the woods. I think you guys can follow after them without a problem, but I think you're just not close enough right now. Alright, so a tough choice, Adli. Do you get slightly lost in the forest and they catch up with you? Or do you make it all the way to the manor before anybody else?
Both of those sound so... In the interest of time, all the way to the manor.
Alright, so yeah, you see the manor and it is wrecked from what it was. Oh, the last time we saw it. It's all fallen apart.
Okay. I'm gonna look around. I probably have lost everybody else, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, like real quick, there's another important part. This guy's here.
Oh, hi. I'm assuming he's tall enough that I would have seen him the second I got out of the forest.
As soon as you got out of the forest, like as soon as like the canopy's not like over your head, you see this giant standing like at the edge of the forest looking down.
Good,
And, like,
that's the first thing I'm doing.
He's stomping his feet a little bit, and everybody like the other three, as you guys like are in town, you can feel the stomping. You know that somewhere through this forest there is a problem happening, and he's just like stomping and like he's like rubbing his eyes, and he looks down and sees Adli, and he just roars something at Adli.
Covers ears. I'm sorry, I can't understand you.
It roars again, and you see it like grab the top of the manor and just rip it off and just throw it.
Oh, that is not good.
And now behind you guys, the party that's like trying to chase after Adli, a large like bit of like brick and stuff has smashed into the town. It didn't hit anybody. Nobody got hurt, but that is happening. Do you continue forward, or do you try to like? What do you do?
I'm continuing forward.
Are the townsfolk okay?
They have all hid it in their houses, but nobody was hurt from that.
They'll be fine.
If we go
Yeah.
deal with the problem, let's try and aim whatever that is away from here.
Speaking
Exactly.
of which, if Adli saw that, then they are going to try to run between the thing's legs to get to the manor while it's throwing.
Alright, so yeah, give me another 20-sider as you try to like maneuver between their legs.
Yup.
Failure.
I'm not changing these.
Alright. Adli, I would... Okay. Not changing it. You make it in it, but you see his hand coming in through the roof, like grabbing up like the rocks, the bedrock of this building as you are like dodging around looking for stuff. And he's just like throwing things back at the city, and he's kicking down trees, and he's throwing it's a full-on temper tantrum at this point, everyone. You would have taken 2, but your shield charm prevented that. Like you can feel it at his anger. Or just like, And that is when the rest of the crew show up, the rest of the party show up. Adli is like, you can see Adli disappearing into the doorway by the time you show up. And he is turning around and he's looking at you and just screams at you. Again, this is more a scream than it is like a sound, but can you give me a 20-sider Warlord?
Of course.
Sorry, I mean,
Please don't die.
try not to. Alright, so a tough choice, Warlord. You could stand there and like really focus on what he's saying to pick out the dialect that he's saying, but you are going to get like pressed down by his scream. It's going to do 4 damage to you. The scream itself, like bones are going to be flying out of from between his teeth and like hitting you. Or you can just be like, that's too dangerous, and just dive through the building, be like right next to Adli as you search through.
I'll take the 4 damage.
Alright. He is just screams in your face, nap!
Oh, wait, he just wants a nap?
He's so tired. You can look at his eyes, and like Midnight, I think you're the one that will spot what's going on. His eyes are just red, and he's so tired, and he just like, you can see his movements are lethargic, and you thought it was just because he's so big, but no, he's just so exhausted that like he's basically delirious with tired. But he is like you know that he's gonna like cause some massive damage. He's gonna destroy this whole manor. He's gonna destroy this forest. He's gonna destroy that town.
Are you translating for us, Isaac, or are we just...
Translating.
Please, tell me what he said.
He needs a nap. He's just screaming nap.
We could both try casting sleep!
I'm just gonna let you guys know, normal sleep is not gonna work in this situation. Like, okay. I figured you guys were gonna try that, but like, it is beyond that. He is way too big for that. You're like the thing that puts normal-sized people to sleep to put this guy asleep. Isaac, if you have your visor on, I will tell you right now, he has 200 HP.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
And it would take a massive effort for you to get through his skin, which is why the captain, Leo, Tarkus, and Seth couldn't do anything except for annoy him. He only had 100 till I raised the heat.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, I figured.
No more salad from now on. Okay,
Midnight, you see this guy as an incredible challenge, though. Oh my god. If you could take this thing down, imagine the stories they would tell.
Something I want to do, I'm just trying to find something real quick. Okay, can't find it right now, but to kind of describe what I want to do is, I'm kind of thinking back to doing the music lessons. How the first music lesson was a lullaby. And I'm thinking Midnight might try to sing that lullaby to try to channel it and try to calm the giant down.
Alright. Absolutely. Yeah, give me a 20-sider on that one.
and I
Can
see
I
what
help?
Midnight's doing.
No, you're in the building at this point.
Got it.
Alright.
Can I also help since I did do the classes as well?
Oh, I'm gonna let Midnight's rock first, and then...
Okay.
I'm actually going to be doing something of that. So to kind of fix things up, I'm kind of realizing that, wait a minute, he's not going to hear me from all the way down here. So he takes out the cube from the Bell's handy haversack, turns it into to a cone to use as a megaphone, and starts trying to climb up the giant quickly as he's singing, just to basically as he gets higher and higher, the song being more easy for him to hear. He's just thinking back to the music lessons for Cylon, and just focusing everything he is into that song.
All right, yeah. You see him. As you're climbing up singing, Isaac and Kay will see him like moving his hand and like very delicately with like the edge of his fingernail and thumbnail, like grabs Midnight by the back of his like shirt and like goes like lifts you right off of him and sits down and sets you down on a rock in front of him, staring directly at you. And for a second, you stop singing because obviously you were just picked up by a giant who looks a lot like the Hulk. I just wanted the Jolly Green Giant, but I ended up with like the Hulk.
A little bit like the Hulk, and then the fucking Raid guy, the Raid Shadow Legends character.
All that work.
I have absolutely no idea. I do not. I know about. Yeah, we are not sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
We are not sponsored.
Not yet, though. Raid Shadow Legends. You want to give me some money? I'll say I play your game. I'll play your game. Fuck it. But anyway, like he sets Midnight down, and he's just like, the second Midnight stops, he's just like, he grunts a little bit, and Isaac immediately knows. He said, "Continue."
Yeah, and I will continue along with the song. I would sing it myself if I could find the lyrics, but I can't right now.
That's fine. You're good. So what? How about Kay and Isaac? What are you two doing?
Being very quiet, or possibly joining in. I'm not. It kind of looks, raises hands a little bit to Midnight, like, do you want me to help? Are you good?
He got a 20, so like he's as good as anything.
Cool, he's good.
Seeing that worked, immediately heading towards the door.
Yeah, basically.
But as I'm heading to the door, I pull out. You just see Isaac pull out a very plain, almost porcelain white wand, and I'm casting Rin's Life Dream on the giant.
Nice.
Yeah, give me a 20-sider for that.
Oh, that was almost a one that scared the shit out of me.
So, Midnight.
I'm still waiting for my last one.
Midnight, with that, what? Your song has reached an end. And he's just like moving. I see the fact that it was made at 20. Like I said, I always assume.
Two of us tried it.
Your song's reaching an end. But like he's still like enthralled. And you see Warlord, I see Isaac like cast a spell on it, but you're not 100% sure what that spell is. The giant is waiting for you to tell him a bedtime story. So like, and he will see whatever your story is as his dream.
Midnight loves telling stories.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of a good one here.
You can just give me like the theme and then roll a 20-sider and we'll like... So, oh my god, somebody's smoking so strong. While you think on that, Adli, can you give me a 20-sider? You're the first to make it inside. So like everybody else like will be, like the other two will be in there in a moment, but like you walk in and you see just ruin everywhere. Like, it hasn't been looted, but this place looked like it shattered at some point. Like the stuff on the ground looks like It broke the way that glass breaks.
Oh boy. Is this gonna be my third one? Let's find out, I guess.
Nope, that's a natural 20.
Nice.
So yeah, here, let me just get you, like, you find the library immediately. And somewhere in here, like, you, the magic of this room before, like, when it had its, little magical problem that was happening here, like, some of these things can come to, like, some of the things are coming to life. And there's they don't call them schools when it's birds. There's a flock of birds, but it's a flock of books. And they are, like, flying around. And you see, with a 20, you'll immediately see that this one right here, that is the book you're looking for. This is the Alchemist's Creed. But it is alive and moving.
It is alive and moving. Okay. This thing counts as a creature then?
No, it's a book.
No, it's a book. Okay. Hi. I think Adli's going to do the only thing they know how to do, which is say, "Hi, I'm Adli. Can I have your attention for 2 seconds, please? Hi, down here."
The birds, like, start flying all around the top of it, like, they're shuffling themselves up. And they're starting, like, more of them come out of the edges, and they start doing the murmur thing. You guys know what a bird murmur is?
Yes.
The murmuration thing.
Yeah.
Okay, but I did get a good look at the book, right?
Did you?
Oh yeah, you know it's
I
here.
I rolled a 20.
Like,
so...
you know it's in here. And hide and seek is just gonna tell you it's in here if you play another one.
Oh no, what I was going to do was cast Sigil. I was going to draw actually was going to draw on a piece of paper the little book birds. And I want to use Sigil. I want to use the effect Lure.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a 20 setter.
Okay.
Five. You all suddenly hear thousands of birds.
Oh no.
Thousands of birds come pouring through the window. Actual birds. Birds.
But I drew book birds. This is confusing. Okay.
One second. Kay and Isaac, you guys are walking through the hall of this place because you don't know exactly where the library was. You didn't roll immediate 20s. But you suddenly start hearing, like, flapping.
Oh no.
And then the entire place where are you guys? Let's say you're here.
That doesn't sound good. Do those birds have eyes in their beaks?
Oh.
That's a lot of birds.
He doubled them.
Oh, that's a lot of birds.
Or possibly tripled the oh.
Oh,
It just keeps getting worse.
it's more birds.
So yeah, the entire room is full of like birds, and they are flying around. They are in your like leaves and stuff. You each take 4 damage just from like them bursting through the leftover glass as they like come through. Like, and they are murmuring their way through the hallways trying to get to the sigil, but they are coming in every entrance. Midnight, can you make a roll to keep this giant calm while this is happening?
Okay.
And how are you keeping him calm?
Oof.
Ooh,
No.
Please.
come on, lower by 1.
I was
No,
so ready for that.
it's
so
fine if we
I too.
Oh, Nika did.
Thank you, Nika, so much.
Can we get an F in chat on top of that? Come on.
Wait, did
Let's
somebody
go.
actually play the
He
I'm-
is
F in
already
chat?
raised.
hoping.
Please
I'm
do
hoping.
not
The
put
heat-
that in there.
The heat has been raised. Midnight. You see the giant swatting away the flies from over his head. He doesn't like them, and not flies. The birds like flies, and he's. What was the story that you're telling them? Yeah, F in chat is only on natural ones.
Okay,
forgot about
so he was telling him a story about an old friend of his who had strength like a giant, but never knew how to focus his energy on anything. Till one day he met someone from outside the village that was getting bullied by other dwarves. At that moment, he basically felt like he found his purpose, that I have all this strength to protect people like him. And
It's like, I
basically
know
going
you
up-
don't have all the strength. I have all the strength. I have all the strength. And he reaches into the ground at Midnight's feet, and just you guys can hear Isaac, you're the only one that understands that for some reason the giant's screaming that he has all the strength. Like while you're like fighting off the birds. Also, tell me how you two are fighting off the birds in a second, because you're gonna have to make rolls for that. He reaches into the ground, Midnight, and he rips up the giant stone like boulder that you are sitting on. Like you are now like being lifted up, and he just throws it. You are now surfing on a boulder that is flying through like you are going to go over the forest, over the town, but you have a chance to escape this. How do you do it? Or do you just like latch on and go for the fucking ride? Just so you know, I will not kill you with this roll. With this,
Yeah, I'm just something I'm considering. I'll screw it. I'll do it. He's going to Okay. Here's what I'm thinking of doing. I'm thinking he's going to inject himself with vial lippy. And I want him to use up enough energy to use his magical transformation and then try to smash the rock that he was thrown on. Is that something that I can try?
I would be fine with you giving it a shot. Just give me that.
Okay.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll me the 20-sider. Oh yeah, so like
Oh, look at that.
you smash the rock that you're on, and like the giant stands up like to his full height, and like this is him making an attack on you. So, tough choice for him. Like, he's gonna bring his fist down at you. Like, not his fist, he's gonna try to slap, like, down. And it's just like child tantrum situation, like laying on his back, kicking his feet style is what is happening. And like, he sees you. Did you punch the rock at your feet? Is that how you destroyed it? Before, like...
Kind of. Basically, the magical transformation has this cloak that can basically mimic his hand, and that just turned into a massive hand to smash it.
Right. So, like, he's gonna come down with his hand to, like, slap you. Like bug squash on a thing. Now, you have a tough choice here. You can take the 10 damage. No, wait, yeah. You will take 10 right to the fucking dome. Or you can find that mana battery that's in your pocket right now and use it to hold him back.
I'll take the damage for the moment, just kind of draining against him and taking the damage for the moment.
Alright, so yeah. You take 10 and just get flattened to the ground. And back into the Kay and Isaac, how you guys dealing with all these birds?
I played a force field.
Okay, absolutely.
I wanted to play Aurora. The Aurora is visible up to creatures a kilometer away and lasts for the next 10 minutes. Common folk see the Aurora are dazzled and stop what they're doing. Assuming that this works with birds, does it?
Birds do not count as common folk.
Okay, so let's think again. Every creature in the scene. What about Echoes of Creation?
What are you trying to do?
Get them to stop. Calm down, get them to stop.
That you can tell immediately that they are being pulled somewhere. They are like, are you trying to dispel, like, because to get that to work, you are trying to dispel Adli's spell.
Okay.
Because they are already under a spell.
Gotcha.
There's some nice furniture in here, though. It's very fantastic. You do notice that the furniture all is kind of weird, like, because it's designed for people whose knees bend like a goat's. Reverse joint legs, I think, is how we... I don't think that's how goats work. Yeah, maybe it is.
Unfortunately, I don't think there's an actual dispel magic ability in Quest.
Yes, Vala.
Also, sigil is technically an ability, not a spell.
It's all magic.
That's
I have sigil as well, but I don't think trying to do 2 sigils at once is a good idea. So you have a force field. Is that between us and the birds, Isaac?
We're in the force field. They're outside of it.
Do force fields move?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Like the force field spell?
Yeah.
If I recall, it says they could be telepathically moved.
Okay.
Hold on.
All right.
Yeah, can make it stationary or move it telepathically, it says.
Yeah, all right, there we go.
Let's fucking run.
All right,
While
Warlord,
we're still in this field, let's go.
roll to see if you can keep that force field up with thousands of birds attacking it.
Also, while we're running, I guess electricity is sparking on me just in case I need to use it.
All right, Warlord, tough choice. Like, you're gonna slip. Do you keep the force field over Kay as they run out of the room and the birds peck at you? Or does Kay slip and you leave Kay behind? Or you can take the third of you just kind of like hunker down and like neither one of you do it, and then Adli has to make a move on what they're doing.
Leave me,
I'm gonna
it's
go
fine.
I'm gonna go with the third of we start trying to run, but there's so many of them, it's blocking the actual exit.
Okay.
Alright. So
Alright.
Adli, you are surrounded by the book birds.
And then tons of other birds come in?
Oh, they're not in here yet. Like they want to be in here, but you hear them all hitting the force field, blocking the door that Isaac and Kay are like at. Like you just hear like birds thunk 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 all over.
Okay. Oh boy.
Also, the ground is littered with maybe not corpses, but unconscious birds for you two. By the way, Isaac and Kay.
Oh dear lords. So have the book birds moved closer to me?
They're in constant motion.
But did lore work to bring
Oh no,
them
not
closer?
even a little bit. You summoned birds.
Oh, damn. Okay, I am canceling the sigil because I can do that freely.
I think you have a free 20 because you had 3 failures and someone played a bingo card.
Yes, that was me.
Did I?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Then you know what? I am just going to leap, and if I have a free 20, I'm gonna grab that book.
Absolutely, yeah. You get it in one. Like,
I also want to make sure that it is completely secured to me without, as part of the 20, without it getting away.
yeah, that's perfectly fine. So, Warlord, not Warlord. Midnight.
Isaac.
Nope,
Oh.
not Isaac either. Midnight, you are currently under this giant's hand. It starts raising its hand up to look at you, and like, you are Looney Tunes into the ground, for the record.
He is going to try to struggle back up and just stare the giant down. And just say, hey, do you want me to finish the story or not?
Roll a 20-sider. Let's see if he can understand you. Yeah,
Yes!
totally.
Yes!
He sits like cross-legged on the ground in front of you, and just like motions with his hand. It's just like, go on.
Yeah, and he tries to continue the story. Basically, the general theme just being how someone incredibly strong just needs to find a positive purpose to put that energy to not just lash out at everything around them, to find something that they enjoy doing, that someone they enjoy helping, something that gives them purpose, and that they'll find happiness that way.
Absolutely. So like, yeah. So you guys start hearing like, inside the house, like with all the birds, like flying all around Kay and Isaac. You hear what sounds like Patagon's chainsaw, like tearing through a forest, like just sawing through the forest, and like
That's some
you guys,
deep snores.
you guys feel the giant snoring to a ridiculous degree. Like it's so loud. But he is out cold. And like you see a lot of these birds start like trying to fly away. The ones who can't are just like falling out of the sky everywhere. You guys did it.
Somehow.
Okay. Are you two all right?
Isaac got hurt. We should probably check on Midnight, though. He was dealing with the giant, although I heard some rumbling, but now it sounds like they might be asleep.
Oh, you got hurt too. Like, you and Isaac both took 4 damage.
You're
Yeah,
right.
I'm casting Mend
Just
on
kidding.
myself.
I'm also hurt. Yes, we're hurt.
I don't think I've taken any damage, ironically. I'm gonna use the AP shot from Leo and run out the door because Adli heard Midnight is possibly in trouble.
I don't.
And that,
I don't think that makes any sense. You didn't hear Midnight being in trouble at all.
well, Kay
Midnight,
said
he never.
We
Midnight never.
heard something being thrown, I would assume, right?
Nothing got thrown. Well, Midnight broke
thought-
it before it got thrown.
Okay, I missed that part, sorry. I was
Oh, I thought Kay said
spell
something.
scrolling at the time.
I mean, I still feel like that smashing probably would have been loud, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been loud, but like, you guys hear him snoring. Like, I just don't want to say that you guys like have some kind of like keen knowledge that like Midnight's hurt. Like, Midnight's doing fine. He's low health, but like.
I just was saying he might need help and we don't know what his status is, was what I was saying.
I think
But,
as they're heading out, Midnight's probably injecting that HP shot that he got.
Right? Absolutely. Like, that's fine. It's just like, all of you guys are fucking like strong as fuck though. So like the idea that I'm just trying to make sure that we are not like never mind. Yeah.
No, the only reason I thought was because I thought Kay said something. I'm going to toss my HP shot at Midnight. I will take the AP shot that Leo gave me. Leo, I'll get you back. And look over and be like, is he gonna be okay to leave here?
I mean, I don't think we can exactly move him, and honestly, after everything, this is probably the best things could have gone given the situation. And oh god, I'm sore. And Midnight just kind of rolling his shoulders, but probably a bit bloodied just from getting smashed into the ground like that, but. Overall, he's up. He's just sore.
And his lips are huge and his eyes are glowing.
Wait, what?
Okay. I'm
took a
going
vial
to
of Lippy.
I think
I
if it fails, that's what happens.
Unless the rules change, which is a possible thing. It's
Not
potential
huge.
got
Not
used.
like his lips are maybe not huge, but you definitely, whenever you take the vial of Lippy, you definitely get a little bit of the effect.
Okay. Yeah. Good eyes are definitely glowing a bit more blue than usual, and
Oh no,
little larger lip.
no, green, glowing green.
green. Oh, okay.
Adli
You're
is
fine.
going to
Like,
sigh.
Yeah, if
And
Midnight glows
pat-
any color, right now Midnight's glowing green.
Oh. Uh-oh.
I'm going to take Midnight's hand and say thank you. And I'll heal you for 6.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's. Did you guys
I
find
am
the book?
keeping
Should we
track
head
of
home?
my- I found it. I am not losing this thing. Let's go.
Absolutely.
Don't forget, we need to check on that kid at some point.
Where book?
Ye-
Kay.
I am aware that that is a thing, but we also need to make sure that we do not abandon a child. We need to check in for as well.
Isaac, please help me with this.
One problem
We
at a
said
time.
we were going to.
And we are. One problem at a time.
You guys can get back in the carriage and just like ride it back home. The fast
Beat
travel
shit
thing
up.
will and will not, like, we don't have to worry about like you guys getting beat up by it. So Who's going into the library to return the book?
I
And-
have to.
Yeah. And who is going to check on the child?
Someone, I guess we need to check at the Adventurers Guild. But Midnight, I don't know. Do you want... You were the last... Who was the last person that talked to this woman?
I suppose.
I don't know that you
Suppose
should go to the Adventurers Guild right now, pointing at the glowing.
Oh, you know what? That was only for 20 minutes, I think.
Oh, it's still going on. That's still counting. Vial of Lippy. 4 minutes,
Oh.
5 seconds left.
You know what? That's fair.
And they don't like me anyway, so otherwise I would, because I am a bit worried about them, but
Also,
they don't
I'm
talk to me.
so sorry.
Well, Isaac is the one that made the deal, and Adli, you need that off of your wrist. I will go do it myself.
Can't we just stick together for 2 seconds?
Are we allowed to stick together for 2 seconds, Alan?
I mean, if you want to deal with this child, then no. If you just want to turn in the book, then yes.
I want to make sure that we're not abandoning a child that has a parent.
Oh, okay. I thought we could do one then the other. Never mind.
So, I guess Kay's gonna go do that.
All right, sure. So Adli and Isaac are walking into the library.
Yep.
Yes.
Right. So Argus comes down. This little guy's just like, excellent, and he like hands the pouch of, well, a huge backpack of the items you guys handed them. It's just like, thank you. Glad that I could help out. And if you ever need any help, look me up. And he pulls out a card. It's just like, I'm in the Folded City. And he just walks out of it. And he hands you a business card.
Wait, what's your name?
Nope.
Okay.
Theo
I
is just
think
like,
his name is actually Deus Ex Machina.
his actual name is, I'm not gonna go look it up right now.
Later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Theo walks up, he's like, excellent, excellent, and he puts his hand out for the book.
Adli's going to carefully hand it over because I'm pretty sure it still has wings.
He grabs it and he's just like, finally. And you see him put his hand on the binding of it, like where the wings connect, and you see him like do the thing where you move your hand up really fast, like you like shucking corn, and just rips the wings right off of it.
Adli's gonna wince.
He's just like, excellent, excellent. And you see him like, oh, here. Can I get that? And he like motions to your the locks on your wrist.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Terribly sorry. And he takes it, and with one deft movement, you don't even see a key, takes it completely off of you, and then takes the one on him completely off. He's just like, that's better, isn't it?
How did you...
August, I believe you have a library card for our dear, like, friends. Do you not? And August comes out with 3 beautiful library cards, like inlaid. They have your full names on them, and they have the date that is like today in this world. It's just like, and here you are. And here you are. And this one's for Kay. I don't know where they went, but make sure
I
they
know.
get it.
Isaac, maybe you should take that one. I feel like I'm not the best at delivering things, maybe.
And Theo chuckles a little bit. He's just like, oh, do not worry. You've delivered something quite grand to me. Quite grand indeed. And he puts it like in his pocket. And then, just like, And then he walks into the library further. And, Kay and Midnight, you guys went to the Adventurers Guild? Yes, you guys got they did get their, magical items back. I showed them the magic item, but you guys didn't take it. You guys didn't want to talk the cursive.
Yeah, no, I saw it. I figured that was exactly what that was.
I was just like, I'm showing you the magic item. Just stay and talk with them. Make it a little bit more
missing
difficult.
that.
I figured that was what it was, but we were already.
I would have. I was gonna if you had sat down and had the conversation. I was just gonna make it harder, and even more difficult to get the giant, to nap.
That's fair.
I would have been willing to do that, but okay.
All the goddamn salad.
Yes, that. Thank you.
Alright. So, you got. Are you two going to the Adventurers Guild, or are you going to the woman with the shoe? Because that's where you left the person.
I had thought that we were going to the Adventurers Guild to ask who the parent of Zephyr was. That's the name, right?
Yeah. Yep. I'm definitely staying outside of the Adventurers Guild while you do that, but I'll follow along to the area just because I want to know what's going to happen.
Sure.
Did I remember the name right? I'm so bad at names.
Zephyr's the name. Alright, so you get into the Adventurers Guild and you're asking around about Zephyr, and One Tooth behind the counter is just as he's cleaning a glass, like he is wont to do. You do see One Tooth is moving around a little furtively, if you will. His eyes are kind of glowing like a pale green right now. And he's just what you need? What can I do for you?
When you're saying green, is it a familiar kind of someone's been drinking magic green juice green, or is it something else?
It could be any of those things. Do I need to
roll?
Yeah, you can give it a roll if you want. If you want to investigate it, for sure. Alright, it is green the same way that Midnight's glowing eyes. It's green the same way the mana batteries are green, but not nearly as vivid, not nearly as bright and green lightning or anything like that. It's what do you need? What can I do for you?
I was looking for the parent of Zephyr, but are you
okay? This is an Adventurers Guild. We don't take care of children here. Except for daycare. If you need daycare, you have to go to the little old woman who lives in a shoe.
I understand that. We found a child named Zephyr that their caregiver left, and we wanted to see if this
happens all the time.
Child that was being kept by their parents, or if it was an orphan. Are you familiar with Zephyr's parents?
He looks over at you and just I don't know children. Children can't sign up. You got to be at least 13. Is he 13?
I'm not familiar with ages of children. I would assume not.
Oh, well, then you're not going to find him in here.
Do you know anyone?
You can't drink until you're 13.
Do you know anyone who might know the answer to this question?
Well, there was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She handles children.
But the old woman was not taking care of the child until we took the child there.
Oh, but you took the child to her.
Yes, but I wanted to make sure that we were not taking a child that is currently being taken care of by their parents away from the parents.
Where are you taking the child?
To the old... Sir, are you okay? Your eyes are a little green.
I attend meetings. Don't worry about it. Let me just ask you a question.
Does he look high?
I don't know if we would know what magical high looks like. If you know what
That's
magical high
fair.
looks like.
I mean, we do have a drug problem in Silver Thimble, so it's not entirely out of the possibility, but maybe not. Does he come across as, like, drunk, then?
Oh, he definitely seems drunk. But basically everybody in here does seem drunk.
That's fair.
With the rules here, I feel like the child's probably fine.
Yes. Yeah, I'm just like...
is that what is being implied here? I
Yes,
just want to make sure.
yes.
Okay.
If you take any child you find, you take them to the old lady who lives in the shoe, she knows what to do. Like, you guys
Cool.
don't have to worry about that. That is already taken care of.
Alright. So long as we're not doing child abandonment or taking children away from parents and they are in fact in the correct spot, Kay is fine with that. As fine as fucking child abandonment is, God, that's still questionable, but you know, it's okay. Alright, I am going outside, I guess, to find Midnight and then meet back up with the others.
Yeah, so you will have a library card as well.
I'm surprised that you are giving it to me since I did not go back to the library, but thank you.
It's perfectly good. Midnight, you guys start hearing stories about Midnight, and the giant, like, that Midnight helped with the giant, like, told it a story. It's not catching on as quick as the Tassel Worm one did, but it is becoming like a thing. Like as the days go by, Midnight, the Adventurers Guild are acting nicer to you. Like, they are more willing to let you like share the bar with them, and like when you start to talk to them, they do. It's not an immediate like, yeah, tell us your life story, but like if you sit down and say hello, they will say hello.
Oh, Adli will definitely regale them with tales of how Midnight saved them from a tower.
So, yeah, and like you guys, over the next couple of days, you guys can start going into the library. Immediately afterwards, we'll say like the next day with the three of you that have library cards, try to go into the library. The library is like locked up. Like nobody can get in. Like the doors are bound, and you start to see that from the outside, it's not moving the way that it was. Like it's a static closed building.
I'm sure that's not related to us
going
giving them
on?
that book.
And then like for the camera of the the show's camera in those days are gonna show you Zakna, Akana, Arel, and Riley, I believe her name is Riley, putting on like disguises, like dressing up really nice, and then like slinking into the library. That is the scene that you would see.
Dun, dun,
And that
dun.
is set up for Sunday's game, which is Magic.
All right.
Saturday's game, which is tomorrow's game, is not Magic, though. That one is Oak, Ash, and Thorn. And that one's going to be really cool. And real quick, I will give us a recap of this game. I'm trying to get better at these so I can, like, just transcribe the words that I say. Oh, thank you, Nika. She moved the screen just right. So, today on Constellation, we didn't really get to talk about the Constellation part of this game. Had to skip some stuff. But the crew and the party was in the city of Folksong. Adli immediately got arrested by an anomalous group called the Starlight. They clearly work on any oath breaker, anybody who breaks a contract. These are the people that will hunt you down. They are anomalies of the old Starlight Corporation from last season and the season before. They used to be space cops. The ones that were left here became just cops. and they are dickheads. And then Kay and Isaac were propositioned to go get bring books back for them, and they said they would. Argus said he was going to give you a library card, and he wasn't lying. But you guys all will see on your library cards that they are dated for during the strike. For the record, don't worry about it that too hard. Midnight has had some standoffish experiences with the Adventurers Guild. Then he felt some like earthquakes. He went to the north. He saw the fact that it was a giant. He felt like he was gonna go deal with it, and I was like, goddamn brave, because that thing is huge. Then we went to the town of Provincial, which has stopped singing because Belle's not there, and without Belle there, the singing isn't there as well. They met Cursive. She owns a bookshop. They didn't want to talk to her though, and she had a magic teaspoon. Then they went to the manor. The manor was really destroyed, but that's where the giant was. Midnight managed to calm him down and tell him a goodnight story after getting slapped around a little bit and like doing a really impressive breaking of the stone. Adli went in there, found some books, found the book that they were looking for, messed up a sigil, and ended up summoning a bunch of normal birds. The birds attacked Isaac and Kay, but it was all fine. Adli like snatched the book out of the air, returned it to Theo. Theo ripped the wings off of it, and it showed that he was in complete control of the bracelet and the handcuffs at the whole time. And then menacingly turned around and walked into the library, which has now been closed for a while. Also, there was a Harpy Child. The Harpy Child is fine. He was just supposed to get me to tell you that they're in the provincial town, but you guys did a lot of unexpected stuff right there. And that was the game. Yeah, it's salad. This group particularly got stuck in the salad a bit. I will work on that for you guys.
Got a little stuck at the beginning because I wasn't really sure what we needed to do to start the investigation, so that was part of it.
You guys just could have asked people around town. I was waiting for it. But it's fine. It all went fine. So, it was perfectly fine. We got...
I woke up.
I mean, an abandoned child, unfortunately, that was where it really got salady.
It wasn't abandoned, though. You just had to take him to the old lady. That's the rules.
That is the
apparently.
Rules. The rules of any orphan in Yoke goes to the old lady in the shoe.
I couldn't tell if they were actually an orphan.
Yeah, so that was it. Like if you guys see an abandoned child in Yoke, you take him to the old woman in the shoe. I guess I wasn't clear with that one. Like I tried to make it clear when Karam was dealing with them in the speakeasy, but it's fine.
It was I couldn't tell if it was one of those, some of the parents still take care of their children and this kid might still have parents and there was a caretaker, or if this is just a straight up orphan. I couldn't tell, and that's where I got
Okay, so I can get you that. It's gonna be a bit because that one had a lot of stuff that wasn't used, and I'm going to use a lot of that going forward.
That's fine.
Actually, Nika, can you refund that one for Starless? A lot of that's going to go into your game next month. A lot of it. So I don't want to show you what's going to happen. Just because I want it to be a surprise. Because otherwise it's going to be a real just... You'll see everything coming.
That is fair.
Alright, everybody. I hope you all tune in for tomorrow's game, which is Oak and Ash and Ore. Is how that song is named, where we are going to maybe finally deal with the whole Charity Mandrake thing.
Maybe.
Probably not, though. Assyria is just going to go a different direction. Fuck up the mice people, I don't know.
No, they go in this direction, and we never see them again until the next time we get to a different side. Alright, so I listed the branch descriptions in the workshop for you guys. Take a look at those. I'm going to default you to whatever makes sense for you. But if you are very specifically want to go to a department or you're changing departments, just DM me to let me know that. You have a couple of weeks to play with that, but just, keep it in mind. Think about it. Ask questions if you need to, etc., etc. We will see you tomorrow. Bye forever?
Bye.
Goodbye forever.